God has planned for you. Life had been a roller coaster for Julia. From the tender age of 6, she had lost her parents in a tragic accident, leaving her orphaned and vulnerable. Raised by her aunt, who was kind but distant, Julia found solace in the idea that God had a plan for her. Her aunt would often console her with those words whenever life seemed too daunting. God has a plan for you, Julia, she would say, her voice soft and reassuring. Despite the hardships, Julia grew up to be a resilient and compassionate young woman. She found joy in helping others and nurturing a sense of community in her small town. But just as life seemed to be falling into place, tragedy struck once more. A devastating flood ravaged the town, leaving destruction and despair in its wake. Julia stood amidst the ruins, her heart heavy with the suffering around her. It was in that moment of despair that she heard her aunt's words echo in her mind, "God has a plan for you, Julia." As the town began to rebuild, Julia took it upon herself to lead the community in restoring what they had lost. With unwavering determination and a deep faith in a higher purpose, she rallied the people together, inspiring them to work as one cohesive unit. Her tireless efforts, coupled with her unwavering faith, began to breathe life back into the desolate town. In the midst of her tireless work, Julia encountered Matthew, a young man with a warm smile and a compassionate heart. Matthew had also weathered his share of life's storms, and in Julia, he found a kindred spirit. As they worked side by side, their shared belief in the power of resilience and faith in God's plan drew them closer. Their love grew, anchoring them in the belief that every twist and turn of their lives had led them to this moment. Julia found herself whispering her aunt's comforting words to Matthew, assuring him that they were destined to be together, that God had a plan for them both. As they exchanged vows on a warm summer afternoon, surrounded by the blossoms of hope that had flourished in their town, Julia felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. It was as though every trial, every hardship, had been a stepping stone leading her to this moment of profound joy and peace. However, just as they were settling into their newfound happiness, a grave illness struck Matthew, leaving Julia reeling with fear and uncertainty. In the darkest moments of the night, as she sat by his bedside, holding his weakening hand, she struggled to find solace in the idea that God had a plan. Doubt and despair threatened to engulf her, but deep within, a flicker of faith burned on. In the final days of Matthew's life, Julia remained a pillar of unwavering strength, offering him comfort and love with every breath. It was during these moments that Matthew whispered to her, "God has a plan for you, Julia. Trust in it." Matthew's passing left Julia shattered, her spirit fractured by grief. Yet, in the depths of her sorrow, she found herself drawing on the strength of her unwavering belief. With each passing day, she channeled her pain into a newfound purpose, reaching out to those who had experienced loss and guiding them through their own journeys of healing. Through her grief, Julia discovered a profound sense of empathy and understanding, offering solace to others in their moments of despair. She began to see that her experiences had shaped her into a beacon of hope for those in need, just as her aunt's words had guided her through the darkest moments of her life. As she stood before a gathering of people, sharing her story of love, loss, and unwavering faith, Julia realized that indeed, God had a plan for her, one that transcended her own suffering and reached out to embrace the hearts of those around her. Her life, like a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of faith in a greater purpose. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe this channel.